I've come to the island of Berneray, in the centre of the Outer Hebrides, 45 miles off the coast of Western Scotland. Located in the Sound of Harris, the island is inhabited by 130 people and was completely isolated until it became connected to North Uist by a causeway in the 1960s. In 1996, Keith and Sheena spotted this abandoned church while on holiday. Built in 1829, it came with a Grade B listing and tough planning restrictions.
I think it's a beautiful island, probably because I've been round that corner many times. You see that the building is there, the feeling of it's got a sort of powerful vision there, you know, just on its own.
After much wrangling, 14 years later, they bought it in 2010 for £20,000.
Never ever thought I'd be living in it for 1 minute.
Originally from Edinburgh, but now based in Newcastle, Keith and Sheena hope this will become a new family getaway for their sons, Casey and Lewis, as well as a creative studio for artists to be inspired by the dramatic landscape. It's taken me over 12 hours to get to Berneray from London, but the scenery is just breathtaking. And you can see that this Telford church was designed to be a bold statement within the landscape.
I'm George, nice to meet you.
Keith Mackey.
How are you,
Nice
Keith?
to meet
You
you.
all right? Hi, Sheena. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm well.
This is unbelievably beautiful, isn't it? What a location as well. We should go inside and have a look.
Yeah,
Come on.
come in.
Sitting over 50 feet above sea level in the middle of a working sheep farm known as a croft, the church is 500 yards from the nearest road. And as it's a Grade B listed building, the exterior cannot be changed. With its footprint of 1,400 square feet and no roof, it really is a blank canvas for Keith and Sheena to work with.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, all the detailing of the arches over the windows and everything. It's amazing it's still standing, really, when you think being kind of exposed to the elements.
I always think that. Each time we come up, we think, oh, hope it's still there.
Why have you bought something like this?
It was just that immediate love affair. Quite literally, the hairs.
We never thought at that time, though, we'd get it, you know. It's just this little wild dream that suddenly has come to a reality.
What are you going to do with this building, then? What's it going to be for you guys? What's the dream and vision for it?
Sort of living space, but also working space, studio space, a space where people can meet.
It's taken 3.5 years to buy the church and get planning permission. Now they've got it, Keith and Sheena will need the support of their neighbours if they're to be embraced by this very close-knit community.
We're newcomers to the island, and it takes time to sort of build up those relationships, and one's got to be sensitive to the fact, for instance, that this is a working croft. You know, we're at the height of the lambing season here just now, so you know, it's a big learning curve for us as to what can be done at certain times.
The inheritance from the recent deaths of Keith's aunt and father just a few months ago has given them a budget of £320,000.
It's a great legacy to them for helping us out.
Absolutely. Well, it's a legacy to them, and it's going to be a kind of built memory to them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice way to think of it, yeah, definitely.
This restoration is a real family affair, and Sheena's brother Derek is their architect.
So we've been highly respectful of the original structure, and from the outside it's going to look very like it did when it was a church. We're going to restore the external walls, maintain them, keep all the existing window openings and door openings, and then on the inside it's going to be 21st century.
The church has been designed for two uses, as a home and a place for artists to work in. The hallway leads into a double-height open-plan space, including a kitchen and dining area and raised viewing platform to maximise the views from the windows. Also on the ground floor are a bedroom, utility room, shower room and storage. 2 staircases at each end of the building will lead up to the first floor mezzanine level, which curves around the space below and has a further lounge area leading through to 2 further bedrooms and a large bathroom. This level faces a large skylight, capturing the views of the bay. Keith is still grieving after the loss of his father 6 months ago, but is spurred on by his memory and desire to see this restoration project completed.
His sort of dying wishes was that we sort of carried it on, and he hoped that it would come to fruition, and I think he's never let that go.
More than just bricks and mortar, it seems this restoration project is about keeping alive that legacy.
He came and seen the property with you, didn't he? And
He
he was
did.
part of that journey.
My father was there the first time the hairs went up the back of my neck, and I said, what do you think of this daft idea? And he just said, yeah, go for it. So I'm starting to get bubbly here. But it's really, really important. Yeah. But, you know, it's... There's a bust that was made of my father when he was a child, just of this little boy, and I'm having a copy of that made, and we're going to have that placed outside just so he's looking out over the sea.
It's an emotional project for Keith, which I think is why he's been so committed in reaching the point where the build can begin 3.5 years since he and Sheena first began this restoration journey. Determined to get this project going, Keith has instructed local builder Angus MacDonald to clear the ground inside the church. It's all he can do while waiting for a building warrant, which he needs before he can begin work on the main structure. The family's passion for the building and what they want to do with it is just unbelievable. But what I'm worried about is, even though you can celebrate the beauty of this building and the most stunning location, what comes with that is the most brutal and tough weather. And they're expecting to get this building project done within a year. And even on a day like today, which is supposed to be spring, we're being absolutely battered. Just think about what it's going to be like when it gets in the winter. Since my first visit to the Telford Church on Berneray in April, progress has been slow. Keith and Sheena have a healthy budget of £320,000, but to make it work, they need the builders to take advantage of the mild weather and the long summer days. Despite living in Newcastle, Keith and Sheena want to push the project forward, so they've made the long trip to Berneray. Until the restoration is complete, they'll be staying in rented accommodation on the occasions they visit the island. They want to press the council into issuing the building warrant. They also had to find a new main contractor, as the delays have meant their original builders were forced to take other work.
We now find ourselves that all these builders have now got big contracts, but it just leaves us without someone here who can do the whole package for us.
Mm-hmm.
Their only option now is to appoint a contractor from outside the islands.
My scale rating from 1 to 10 in terms of frustration is going to go way over the mark. It's going to go right over 10. If our new builder comes out next week, he says, yeah, no problem, we're ready to go, let's do it. And we can't say, I don't want to say to him, we can't do it because we've not got the building warrant. We'll just have to say we need it next week. We need it next week because we're ready to go.
Being their first restoration project on a listed building, Keith and Sheena perhaps have optimistic expectations about their start date. So while they struggle with their building warrant and contractors, I want to discover more about the acclaimed engineer who designed our church. One of Thomas Telford's greatest engineering achievements is this, the Caledonian Canal, which stretches for 60 miles from the east coast of Scotland all the way across to the west coast. But what I'm intrigued to know is, why would an engineer for a reputation for such grand-scale projects like this get involved in our humble church? To find out more, I've come to Edinburgh, to the National Records of Scotland, to meet Alan MacLean, a published author on the subject. So Alan, our Telford Church is in the most remote place imaginable. Why were these remote churches built up in the Highlands of Scotland?
Well, it was part of a policy of the government to give thanks for the victory at Waterloo, and money was released in order to build churches both in big cities in England but also in Scotland, and they thought that the Highlands had a particular need.
After the Highland clearances, much of the population were dislocated, leaving many people and their ministers living far from their local parish church. Following 4 years of petitioning, in 1823 the Church of Scotland received the sum of £50,000 to build new churches. This was sanctioned by Parliament, believing it would civilise the Highland population, who were perceived to be in need of spiritual salvation.
So what I'm intrigued to know is why Thomas Telford, this eminent engineer, why did he do these modest churches?
Well, I think the whole point was that he already had all the workmen and the surveyors and the craftsmen that he needed in place. So it was quite simple also to take on the commission of building these 40 churches.
And what sort of man was he? Why did he feel the need to design and build these churches?
Well, he came from a very humble background, and all along he felt that the Highlands were somewhere where he wanted to give as much as he could to the community.
So he was quite a humble guy, quite a compassionate man.
He was certainly very compassionate, and he wanted always to better his fellow human beings in any way he could, and the church project exactly fitted into that.
Eventually, 32 churches were commissioned, and in 1825, the site on Berneray was finally chosen.
Well, this shows in the 6th report of the commissioners, which was written up at the end of the work being done on all the churches, that indeed on the Isle of Berneray there was a church built. There were 1,000 people in that vicinity who could go to church there. But interestingly enough, the commissioners, in their views of the congregation, said here that they were poor crofters of the lowest order, mainly engaged in agricultural labour, and then go on to say that they were active, rude and ignorant, but willing to receive instruction.
Sounds like me.
At last, 15 years after they first set eyes on the church, the building warrant has come through. And Keith has made the long journey from Newcastle to check on progress. For the first time, he can drive up to the site.
Oh my God, they're building a new road. It's in. Oh wow. The diggers are on site. It's extraordinary just to actually see, people working here.
Until the warrant came through, Keith couldn't do anything to the structure, including work on the windows, which is what his newly appointed contractor, Jim Cook from the Isle of Skye, is keen to begin.
Hi Keith, you've arrived.
We've got 4 or 5 weeks to make the new windows, so it's quite exciting. There's a bit of a sweat on to get them measured. I'll not detain you. This is the problem with being on the island. When you want to bring in an expert over who has to do work like this, you've got to actually fit in things like, ferry timetables and tidal changes and the weather.
They're absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Very impressed. It's just a bit of weathering in the inside edge.
Right.
That's all it is. It's making the difference in the sizes. From your perspective, it's better because the windows are all manufactured the same.
The same size, yeah.
Whereas if they're different,
That's a nightmare.
it's a nightmare and more money.
Because they'll have to fit into the existing window openings, these measurements are critical. And as the church is Grade B, a listing issued by Historic Scotland, they'll also have to be the same as the original Telford design. With the windows measured up, there's a new problem inside the church, which groundworks contractor Angus is trying to resolve.
There's 1.3 metres down there of soil and gravel and stone.
That's what was trying to break that big
That
stone.
was in this rock breaker, and it's a very effective rock breaker. That worked well,
Good
but
God.
that was literally just bouncing off some of the stone in here, just bouncing off it. And then that's £1,000, by the way, Keith. You know that the other point. We're on our third one now.
Oh, are you joking?
No, don't joke about things like that.
Seriously, how much do these cost?
No, they're about £200. Yeah.
Aye, that was very funny there, thank you.
While Keith and Angus continue to tackle the building works and foundations, I'm keen to get an understanding of how its simple design would have worked in practice. I'm visiting another Telford church in Plockton in the Scottish Highlands to meet Dr. William White, an expert
William,
in
how are you?
19th century
Very well, thanks. Good to see
ecclesiastical
you.
architecture.
Lovely to see you. This is fantastic to see. It's so similar to our church with its arched windows, its very strong gables and the 2 separate entrances.
Absolutely, it's very deliberately simple, but it also reflects the underlying theology, the Calvinist ideas that underpin this church building movement.
Can we go inside and have a look?
Absolutely. So here you are.
That's fantastic to see. It's much lighter and brighter than I thought it would have been, actually.
The whole building has been designed for one purpose, really, and that is to preach. This is the focal point of the whole thing. So all the pews are facing it, the galleries have been built so that they get maximum view of this, and so everything is there for the minister to read the Bible and to preach.
So was the simplicity purely down to the restrictive budget?
Well, there is a budgetary question. This is all being built for £1,500. You don't get a lot for that. But I think above all, there's a theological reason for the simplicity. The idea is that you're not going to be distracted by images or stained glass. This is, if you like, a machine for praying in. The thing is about these churches is that you can fit what you want into them. You could decide perhaps we won't have a balcony, perhaps we don't need this extra aisle.
The pattern book system's actually quite good for a church with limited funds, isn't it? Because you can pick and choose just to suit your specific budget.
Absolutely, and you can also, if you decide that you in the end need a gallery, then you can add one. Retrofitting the place isn't that difficult.
Back on Berneray, and the weather is beginning to change.
I tell you what, I came in on the plane, it was like that, pum, 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 pum. I was thinking, no one's going to be building today.
No.
But they're here.
I know.
They're doing it.
They're tough out here. Yeah.
This is
I know
great.
this slate, it's amazing. Where's that from?
This has come from an island which is like in that direction. There's some beautiful old barns there that were falling down.
But originally it's from Ballachulish.
It's great. We're taking the slate from that island to put on this building. The slate on this building went to another island. It's very ecological. I like that.
It's been a couple of months since Sheena visited site, and I'm keen to see what she thinks of progress.
Oh my words. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. I can't believe it.
I think what's incredible, now that the timber's up, and as you're drawn through this space here to what's going to be that kind of double height space, it just looks amazing.
Feels like being in the bowels of an old ship.
We're going to have Scandinavian windows here. Thank God, triple glazed up. Triple glazed. I don't get blown away.
I'm fine, yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it? But what have you?
We like a bit of danger.
Yeah, well, we've certainly got that.
I know we're obviously in a church, but there's something so spiritual about this landscape.
Yeah.
Something so powerful. You can't help but be connected to it. This is all about landscape and weather, isn't it?
Despite the punishing winter weather and Keith and Sheena not being on site full time, only 4 months after the build began, our Thomas Telford church has a roof for the first time in 80 years. The contractor came up with the ingenious idea of using the internal wooden structure as a scaffold to reach the roofline. Not only to save money, but to counter the extraordinary winter storms that would have battered any external scaffolding and made the build impossible.
Looking forward to seeing it. Oh, it's amazing.
Quite different from the last time you were here. And what's extraordinary is the guys have been working in the most atrocious of conditions.
I actually don't know how they've done it. They must be getting absolutely battered.
Now the large new skylight is in, Keith takes me up into the roof space to look out at the view.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
And you get the most beautiful view through that skylight. So as I was walking up the lane, I saw you had all the insulation here with a few tons of soil on top. Is that to keep it in place?
We had the most enormous storm go through the island.
What happened?
Well, a lot of it started to blow away quite quickly. We actually saw some just flip up like bits of paper and just literally disappear right across the crofts and you know, straight into the sea. So yes, understandably, you know, members of the community have been, you know, upset with that. Fortunately, I've got Casey with me this trip, and it's very upsetting seeing the mess of the croft and the island, so we have to tidy it up. It's just so hard doing it in this wind. Not the best of introductions to some of my neighbours.
To add to Keith's troubles, there's problems with the windows.
I've been told that there was some faults with the windows, and you can see them quite clearly that there's part of the sections that were just coming to bits, and you know, we've only just installed these. It's kind of holding up the guys from finishing off the work here. Until the windows are installed, we can't actually do all the finishing work.
Having to replace the windows at this stage of the build is a disaster. What makes it even worse is that the manufacturers who made them are based in Scandinavia, and it could be months before the new windows arrive. While Keith's on the island, he wants to make amends with the island community. Neighbouring crofters are angry about the insulation.
I'm here to first of all introduce myself, but also to apologise for the mess of the insulation material that got blown about. I realise it was very distressing for everyone.
It was, very much so. It's just blown all the way up over the hill.
Aye.
A lot of people that come up here, they don't realise the strength of the winds, and you have to tie everything down.
Aye.
There's a bad weather forecast. Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Bye-bye. I feel a lot happier now that I know who he is, and he has apologised. And I still have the same opinion that I don't think they should be restored. Before I go to bed at night, I always look out the window, and all you would see was the silhouette of the church, and it's just beautiful. And I miss that. I've got my memory of it, which is nice.
Not everyone on the island is against the restoration of this important historical building. Keith's closest neighbour is John Alec McLean, a native of the island. Built to serve the people from Berneray and also those on neighbouring islands, I'd like to see how the church would have looked to worshippers approaching by boats.
Obviously, Keith's taken on this church, and your croft's not too far away. It's on its doorstep.
That's
really.
right, yeah, yeah.
What was that church like when you were a kid?
Well, it was just a ruin, a total ruin.
As Keith found it?
As Keith found it, yeah. That's my memory of it. But I can remember people telling me that they used to go and worship there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Even people coming from other islands, boatloads of people, and they would, maybe somebody in the boat would start singing a Gaelic psalm, and they would all start singing, and the people on the shore would sing as well.
That's quite beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
And what do you think about what Keith's doing to the church? Because you've only ever known that building as a ruin, if you like,
As
a relic
ruin,
on the...
Yes, delighted. I think it's just amazing. First night I saw the light there, I just ran in and said, wow, there's a light in the church.
It's back alive again.
Back alive again, yeah. It's great.
One year after my first visit to the church, I get a closer look at the defective windows.
They don't fit. It's just nasty. I mean,
some of the miters have started to go.
the joints on the frame, I can see it.
We just can't accept a product which, unfortunately, there are some problems. So it's a big blow for us. They should have been finished inside now. They could have.
I really feel for Keith and Sheena. They hope to be in the building by spring, but the delay on the windows is holding up the rest of the project. The Scandinavian manufacturers took 4 months to deliver the first set of windows, and another lengthy delay on a replacement set could mean Keith may have to stand his builders down, just as the restoration enters another winter. On the remote island of Berneray in the Outer Hebrides, artists Keith and Sheena McIntyre fell in love with this abandoned church 15 years ago. After a long struggle with planning bureaucracy, they started the build, only to be hampered by the extreme weather and unusable windows from a Scandinavian manufacturer. Despite encouraging them to take on this project, Keith's father sadly died before the restoration began. But the inheritance has enabled Keith and Sheena to see it through, and today they finally finished.
Someone's actually knocked at the door. Hello.
How are you? You well?
We're very
Coming out.
well, yeah.
Hello, mate.
Great.
How you doing, George?
Oh my God, you're looking dapper. Look at that.
How are you?
I'm good. It looks fantastic, doesn't it?
It's really come together.
Lovely.
When you cast the mind back to when I first arrived here with no roof on,
I know.
no windows.
4 walls and that was it.
That was it. There it is, restored to its former glory. And the windows are in, new ones, by the look of it.
New windows. We had a long source of discussion, shall we say, but the outcome was that the company accepted the windows were the wrong size.
Yeah.
But it was worth actually going through all that to get the new ones because they look great. We're really pleased with it.
This is great news, and the new windows came at no extra cost.
I can't tell you how excited I am to see this after all this time. Oh, it looks amazing in there. Oh my God. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you're taking the hard way up.
Oh my God, it's brilliant. Absolutely amazing.
For over 80 years, this building was a roofless ruin, open to the skies. Today, it's a sublime double-height space for living in and making art.
The quality of the light is incredible. The fact that you just kept everything white gives it quite a stunning, minimal feel, but I don't mean minimal in a cold way.
No.
There's still so much character to it. You know, the fantastic roof timbers which you've painted. Yeah, even just the beautiful gables. They haven't lost any of the original character.
Yeah, you still get a sense of Telford's original design still there. You still get the proportions.
As well as being a creative studio space, there's also a kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and utility room on the ground floor.
Can I go upstairs?
Yeah.
This kind of mezzanine deck was such a key part of the design, wasn't it? That beautiful curve, which kind of contrasts, doesn't it, with the kind of rectangular building.
Yeah.
And gives you that amazing viewpoint of your artwork at the bottom. God, you can even see all the way through the window at the end. Look at that, with the building in the background.
In keeping with its spiritual past, the building has an ethereal quality to it, but it's supremely practical too.
And I love this area because it's just so simple. I mean, this chair is beautiful in itself, but to just sit up here and appreciate all of that, it's fantastic. The space feels massive.
It'll be my place to work because I just like this window and I like the view. So yeah, Keith, you can't use this bit 'cause this bit's mine.
You're banned from it.
That's okay, I'm downstairs. I know my place, I'm quite happy.
So you've got bedrooms and bathrooms and everything tucked in here, which is genius because it frees up all this space, doesn't it?
We've got another little surprise for you. It's up
Now,
here.
this space was a complete surprise to everybody, wasn't it, when we discovered it? That's amazing, isn't it?
My favourite one here. It's great.
To get that view all the way out there, which is miles across the water.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And be able to look all the way down the 3 stories of the space.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
Keith and Sheena have spent all of their £320,000 budget on achieving this homely yet functional space for artists and musicians. Apart from being a really inspiring space, there's also places to relax and enjoy the amazing views.
That's a nice place to stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
After you've been doing all that movement of going upstairs and swooping round, to just nestle yourself here, it's really lovely.
Perfect window here. You know, nice place to sit in the evening with the lights lovely. Oh.
I remember standing up here when this deck had gone in. They built the mezzanine deck. The roof wasn't on. The windows weren't in. And I was standing in front of that window and there was such a howling gale coming through. You could throw your whole body weight into it and you wouldn't even move.
Yeah, it was wild.
It was absolutely wild.
We've had that weather again here recently, but the building is still, holding up very well. It's important to say that we've actually not done very much to the exterior, apart from stabilise the building. The walls and the exterior have been, it's testament to Telford's kind of engineering skills that, they're in good nick.
I quite like the rough and ready, weathered, slightly knackered look on the outside, and then you come inside and you've got this whole new pristine, immaculate world. I love that contrast. Look at it, the shell-like design.
Yes.
Very clever. And then you just floor back down to the entrance hallway and back into the original space. And there's that amazing bust of your father. That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what you talked about from the very beginning.
Yeah, it's good the old boy's here. It means a lot because he was in the building as well.
So yeah, he did all the groundwork at the very beginning, didn't he, to make this happen?
I mean, we wouldn't be here where we are now if it wasn't for Keith's dad. He was the person that really got the whole thing up and running.
Not only is this restoration project a poignant tribute to Keith's father and Thomas Telford's 187-year-old church design, it's also a stunning example of how an inspiring space for work can be an intimate family home.
Here we have the fire with the doors wide open and the Hebrides out there.
You've created a piece of architecture that is about your work, about your home life, about your creativity, but absolutely about your family. Absolutely about your family.
Keith and Sheena have invited all their friends and family to come and celebrate this incredible restoration project. Not forgetting Angus, the local builder, who's an integral part of it.
All these people milling around.
The canned whisky and the famous Murrayfield trophy won by my father.
Saying Gaelic, Faltia, Berneray, agus I mean those could be imitach eiche tolitje agus a day. That means welcome you to Berneray, and I hope you have many happy days and nights in the house.
Thank you.
Now that the building is finished, I can't wait to discover if Keith and Sheena will settle into the local community and successfully use the church as a working studio. It's autumn in the Outer Hebrides, and it's been a year since I visited these islands on the edge of the Atlantic. I just love coming back to this place. It's not only the most idyllic, beautiful and dramatic landscape, but more importantly, I've come back to see a very special restoration project. When I was last here, Keith and Sheena McIntyre had just finished a 5-year-long battle to convert a derelict Thomas Telford church. I've been invited back to Berneray as Sheena has some exciting news.
Well, we were entered for the RIS Awards.
Which is the Royal
Incorporation
Royal Incorporation of Architects of
Scotland. That's right. From 75 entries, we were shortlisted down to 25. The judges flew out in this lovely little plane that landed on Solace Beach. We knew we only had about half an hour to try and show them everything and chat to them. They were really nice. They were very interested in the whole project. They were asking lots of questions, took lots of photographs, and I got the feeling they liked it.
Did they give anything away when they were here or not?
You don't know. You had to go to this dinner in Edinburgh, their sort of annual awards ceremony. Posh dinner. You know, our builder came and his wife, Derek, obviously was there.
Yeah, Derek must have been thrilled to bits to have been shortlisted.
I'm delighted to announce the winners. Thomas Telford Parliamentary Church on North Hughes.
And then lo and behold, we actually won our
You did
category,
not?
Yeah.
You did not?
Yeah, I know, and I can't believe it. I mean, I was quite shocked.
You won?
Yeah, we won, yeah.
That's bloody brilliant.
I know we've got an award and everything.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to bits, because it's such a good restoration project anyway. But knowing what you guys had been through, the commitment you'd made, everything that Derek gave, I mean, it's just fantastic.
It's interesting because it's not why you do something. You know, when we were doing all of it and going through all the ups and downs, you never for 1 minute think that that's going to be ahead. So it was actually a really special occasion.
That has made my year.
Really
honestly,
honoured.
that has made my year. A restoration award winner.
Yeah, we won an award.
How good is that?
It felt very good.
What I want to know is how much whiskey was drunk that night.
There was a bit of whiskey, a bit of everything actually. It was just a kind of a cocktail.
What do you think the project that you've done and the way it's been recognised has kind of done for the community here in the island?
Well, I think it's hopefully given something back, because initially when we first started the project there were doubts, and this is hopefully just, you know, helped sort of maybe smooth a bit of that over.
With the building's successful restoration being recognised by one of Scotland's most prestigious architectural awards, I can't wait to return.
There she is. Lovely to be back. Beautiful, eh?
Yeah.
All done.
Right, come in.
Oh, it's
Welcome.
nice to be back. I've missed this place. Oh, look at this, eh? Proper working space. That's what this is all about, wasn't it? Producing stuff, doing stuff. Hello there. This must just be a magical, magical space to work in. And you've got all the family.
Oh, yeah, I've got a grandchild now.
Hello, you.
Isabella.
How lovely is she?
They're both quite fresh, just a few months old.
Yeah.
Grandparents.
Yeah.
Grandparents.
I know, that's a bit scary.
But that's lovely, isn't it? That's all part of the legacy, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you think about your dad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And your dad's influence on this place, you guys creating it, your kids being involved in it, and now a grandkid.
I know, it does. There's been one thought in all the
lovely.
generations of people coming here as well.
Look at them all in there. How you doing? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. This is Isabella.
God, so cute. Oh, look at that smile as well. That wasn't for me, that was for the camera, wasn't it? Look at that.
This is Derek's daughter, Chloe. And
Very
her
nice to
little
meet you.
girl, Phoebe, and her husband,
How's your dad?
Ryan.
He's doing really well, yeah, he's on holiday at the moment, but this is the first time that we've managed to get up to the church, so
What do you think?
it's amazing.
It's fabulous.
Beautiful, isn't it? It's a fantastic space. You should be well chuffed. You must be really happy with it.
Yeah, I'm really, really proud of my dad. I always knew he was such a good architect, but, you know, actually staying and living in one of his buildings has been a real experience because obviously I've never had the chance to do that before, so...
It's great to see that the church is appreciated by the whole family. I'm also eager to discover how the building works as a place to create art.
So,
This is your domain up here now, is it?
Yeah, lights to be a bit nicer now.
What a position to work in, eh?
Yeah, it's lovely. It's a nice,
Look at
nice
that.
window.
That is beautiful, isn't it? That is amazing. What a
Sometimes
spot
it's
to work.
hard to concentrate.
So, what's it like to work here?
It's lovely, it's very peaceful. I mean, everybody wants to work here. It's a lovely space to work. The constant changing light is lovely, and then it's just really peaceful.
Although Thomas Telford churches are incredibly simple in design, they continue to inspire. Keith is keen to show me a rare archive he's been gifted by a late amateur historian, whose personal mission was to record all 32 Telford churches built in the 1820s.
So what have we got here?
These are slides, photographs, drawings made by an engineer called Neil Livingston. He was a kind of driver of all this research into Telford's work. And
So he's gone round and taken all these incredible slides and documented every single Telford church.
everyone except this one.
You're kidding me.
This is the one he couldn't get to. 3 times he tried to get to Berneray and the weather was too bad.
Well, no, I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah.
He's literally gone round and surveyed every church. What's this one?
This is the church up in Berneray, which is way up in the northeast coast, just a few miles really south of John O'Groats. I was fortunate enough to go there recently and visit it.
And do you know what? It's all the similar details, isn't it? Look, the pattern book of Telford churches, the arched windows, the same tracery, similar pitch of roof. That is amazing. And is it still like this when you went to see it?
It was still, and it's still in use, I believe. I couldn't actually access it, so I have to go back. You know, I've got this obsession with going around the mall. It's a bit like, you know, climbing Monroe's or so.
I mean, this is an incredible piece of history, isn't it? I mean,
Oh,
for you to own the archive like this, so well documented, what an amazing thing for you to have in this church. That's incredible. That is powerful stuff.
With Keith's devotion to putting this church back on the map, and the family proving that the building can be used both as a retreat and for art, he's invited music students from the neighbouring island of North Uist to test out the acoustics.
What is really magical about this is, you know, just over a year ago, when I came and visited the finished building project, it was about bricks and mortar and stone and timber. But actually coming back now, you realise it's all about the community and it's all about people. And you've really brought it to life. It's incredible.
That was our aim and intention. I think we've done it.
Creative people doing creative things, musicians, writers, artists. creating in this space. It's absolutely fantastic. I think we should drink to that. Whoa! Well, this is congratulations, not just to producing a great building, but actually a very special piece of architecture. Well done.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Cheers.
absolutely brilliant. What would your dad have thought about this?
I think you'd be choked up as I am, just in terms of this is what he lived for, in terms of bringing people together, and also in terms of what, future generations are about.
And you've done the same. Well done, mate.
This is beautiful.
Lewis Castle College brings together musicians from all over the world to learn traditional Gaelic music. So I'm keen to find out from their tutor what she thinks of this unique setting.
It must be quite unusual to be in someone's home where you've got a kind of kitchen over there and a sofa and a fire over there, and then a great performance space over here.
That is definitely different and really, really nice. In some ways, that's kind of like back to the old days, So it's kind of like back to the days of what the true Ceilidh was, which was, making music, song, having the chat in people's homes.
Yeah. Well, they are very, very talented. They're brilliant. And it sounds absolutely beautiful.
It's clear as a bell. You can hear one instrument. You can hear the definition of the individual instruments. They're not swirling around. And I think the architecture in here and the way you've got these different angles really supports that sound,
That's a stroke of luck, because it wasn't really designed for that. It's meant to be a multifunctional space to do lots of different things. So to hear it sounding so perfect is a stroke of magic, actually.
Absolutely.
This project, which is kind of a legacy to Keith's father, was all about creating a home for the family to come and spend time together. But actually, through the brilliance of the design, the building has become so much more than that. It's a place for Keith and Sheena to work, but also for other artists, writers, and musicians to enjoy this space. In so many ways, this building continues Thomas Telford's dream of producing a building that brings the community together and brings life to these remote islands.